I'm a runner who can't run. I love running. Actually, a little while ago, I ran 50 miles in one day, 180 kilometers, only because I wanted to have fun. I am a runner. That is until about 3 months ago, when my doctor said, Colin, there's a very serious problem with your heart. It's called left axis deviation. What that means is the shape of your heart has changed. And because you also have high blood pressure, you're now at risk of heart failure. You need to find a specialist. I thought, left axis deviation? Heart failure? I was terrified. I was frightened. But what he said next changed everything. Immediately, you must stop all cardiovascular exercise. No running, no jogging, no doing anything that puts too much pressure on your heart. I said, what? Doc, are you serious? I'm a runner. That's what I do. That's who I am. He said, no, not any longer. When I got home that night and told my wife, Kay, she understood. You see, she, like me, is a runner. As a matter of fact, we met 13 years ago running a marathon. So she understood. She walked over and gave me a very warm hug. And at that moment, I realized, Colin, you fool, you dummy. You forgot to ask the doctor the most important question. Can my wife and I still? No, not run. But you see, I was so consumed in fear, frustration, I couldn't think. That same fear and frustration, a few weeks later, had grown. And here's the thing, I'm a life coach. My job is to coach people on how to maintain a positive mindset no matter what happens. And here I was, the mindset coach, the positive guy who couldn't get out of being negative. What's even worse? I'm human. When I felt down and negative, I would go run. Running was my thing. Running was my therapy. Running was my life coach. What do you do when the very thing that helps you cope when life gets tough is the very thing that might put you in the hospital? Or worse, kill you. If you were me, what would you do? Well, me being me, I got defiant. I'm Colin Thompson. I'm not giving up. I'm going to go for a run. Okay? I'm going running. Big mistake. My wife, Kay, over there, who's usually very calm and quiet, she exploded. You're doing what? You're going where? You're going to go run and kill yourself. What about us? What about your family? You're being selfish. She scared me. And I didn't go running. But I still had this fear, frustration, fear of a heart attack. Frustrated, I can't run. And I knew I could not manage this alone. And that's when the village heard me and stepped up. When I say village, I don't mean a location. I mean people. Those people who come into our lives exactly when we need support. So, in an effort to raise my spirits, we said, let's have some friends over for Christmas. Christmas spirit, the holiday. That night, I was talking to my good friend Marcel, who is also a fellow runner. I told him my story, and he said, Colin, I too have high blood pressure. We can beat it. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Four of the best words somebody like me feeling alone and scared could hear. And that's when I knew the village, in the form of Marcel, had stepped in to help me in my time of need. And later that night, I was giving Marcel a big box of my running stuff. And he said, "Colin, I don't feel good taking this stuff. It seems like you've given up." "No, man, I'm Colin Thompson. I don't give up." I was lying. I'd given up a long time ago. And actually, I didn't just give up on running. I'd also given up on the side of me who never gave up. Later that evening, I was talking to my good friend Celine, who's over here, so right there, my good friend Celine. Now, Celine and my doctor were good friends. She was actually one of the first people I called when I got the bad news. And she instantly said, "Colin, I can help you find a heart specialist." That's Celine. So that night she asked me, "How's your health now?" I told her, "Well, I worry about having a heart attack, and I'm going crazy because I can't run." Celine hates running. As a matter of fact, she won't even walk fast, okay? She hates running. So she had zero empathy for me about my running woes. But she had empathy for Kay, Quincy, and Kaylee, my family. She said, "Look over there. That's your family. They need you here, not today and tomorrow, long term." She was right. Fear, frustration had blinded me to the point I lost sight of what was truly important: my family, long term. So I knew my mind state was bad. That night I said, "Kay, here's a promise. Starting right now, we're going to have the best Christmas we've ever had." When I told her that, she was happy. What I didn't tell her though, back in my head, I'm thinking it might be my last Christmas with the family. The next 2-3 days were beautiful. And I started feeling much, much better. I felt the old Colin coming back. That was until 2 weeks ago at 9 a.m. I got a phone call. Celine, in a very serious voice, "Colin, I talked to your doctor. He's very concerned about you. Take this serious." Now, it didn't bother me that they would talk to each other. They're good friends. But what Celine said next tested our friendship. "Colin, I don't think you're taking your health seriously." Rage. Celine, who are you to call and tell me I'm not taking my own health seriously? Every day, I worry about Kay raising our kids by herself. Every day, I worry about Kaylee and Quincy not having a father. Every day, I think about dying. How dare you? Oh, I was mad. Mad. It wasn't until later on that evening, after maybe 2 or 3 glasses of wine, that I realized I take my health very, very seriously. But in all reality, there was more I could do. You see, the doctor gave me 2 hard rules. 1, no running. 2, see a specialist. And who was it that offered to find me a specialist from the beginning? Yeah, the person I yelled at earlier that day. Guilt. Celine, I'm sorry. I know your comments are coming from a place of love and care. I take my health very seriously, but there is more I can do. Can you help me find a specialist? The next morning, I had name and number of a specialist. And it hit me. Just like Marcel, the village stepped in again, this time in the form of Celine, to push me when I didn't even know I was stuck, to push me even if it made me uncomfortable. And that's the village. The village comes around you to do what it needs to do to make sure you keep going with support. So I made the appointment with the specialist, but I was still a little worried. Left axis deviation. I didn't really know what it was. And I spent hours online trying to find answers. I had 3 questions. 1, what causes it? Where does it come from? 2, how dangerous is it? 3, how the heck do you get rid of it? Nothing. All the information I found was too technical or useless. And one thing I learned from Marcel and Celine is when the village wants to help, you must accept the help, no matter what form it comes in. That night, I sat at my laptop trying to find these 3 answers, and it hit me. Why not ask my buddy T? Now, T and I go back for years, and anytime I asked T a complicated question, he would come back with a very simple answer. Tough question, simple answer. And the beautiful thing is, T does it not just for me, but for all of you. You guys know T. I call him T. You may say GPT, right? Our AI buddy. And never did I think I would turn to AI for something as serious as this. Reason being, this is my life, my health. I wanted medical opinion, not an algorithm. But remember, accept help from the village, no matter what the form. I typed in, what causes left axis deviation? Easy answer. I typed in so many questions. And then finally, one response. He gave me a list of runners who also have left axis deviation. But here's the thing. These are famous runners, and most of them are still running. For the first time in months, I got hope. And I realized, now more than ever, AI is also part of our village. And the village showed up again, this time in the form of T, to give me answers in my time of need. Now, 3 days ago, I went to our specialist, and sadly, my blood pressure is still too high. The shape of my heart is still not good. But he told me, in time, maybe I can go back out there and start earning more of these running t-shirts. The future does not scare me, because I know I have a village behind me. When I was at my lowest, the village came in and picked me up. In my heart and mind, the village saved my life. Now, before I leave, I challenge you. My wife, Kay, my friend Marcel, Celine, my good buddy T. That's my village. Whose village are you? We all know people right now who are struggling, who need support. And if you don't know who they are, listen better, listen harder, step up, be the village. Thank you.